Welcome to the workshop. Today we want to take a look at section 1.1, time to complete a project. So we're taking a look at, in chapter 1, different combinatorial problems, right? What does discrete math consider? And so, right, we're looking at things that are very different than what we would have considered in a algebra class or calculus class. So we're looking at something that's really different. It's things that you may not have actually considered as math problems. So again, for section 1.1, time to complete a project, let's take a look at a particular scenario for us to develop our problem solving technique for this section. All right, so time to complete a project. So what project do we want to consider? Well, let's consider finishing a basement. If you have a little bit of construction experience, then you might be familiar with the tasks that might occur when you're trying to refinish a basement. So some construction tasks here. So when you're refinishing a basement, you got a concrete floor, you're going to put some flooring down, maybe you have a bathroom down there, so you got to install some plumbing. Of course, framework may be already in there. Put your electrical in the framing, right? Your walls, your 2x4 construction walls. Put the electrical into the wall, cover it all up with some drywall. Then you can go ahead and then you got to varnish doors and moldings or paint them or whatever you might do. Right, most people put up a solid color or pre-finished door, and moldings are usually white now. Paint the walls after, paint the walls, then install the doors and moldings. That's always nice. Then you don't have to worry so much about the trim. Lay the carpet down, and then of course, when everything's done, bill customer. So the floor installation is probably subfloor installation, that kind of idea. Anyway, so this isn't maybe the perfect example, right? I'm not a contractor myself, and I, for the most part, made up this example if I remember correctly. So we're taking a look at this example. So these are all the things that we have to do. So you hire a contractor, and the contractor says, all right, this is all the things that we need to do. And then the customer, yourself, says, man, I want this thing done in like 3 weeks. Can you get it done in 3 weeks or in 2 weeks, whatever the case may be? And so we got to know how long it's going to take. So how long will it take? Right? The easy approach, assuming everything can be done at the same time, you just say, well, which thing takes the longest? Well, electrical work takes the longest, so it's going to take 5 days to get it done. Is it really going to take only 5 days? No, definitely not. Some things can't happen until other things have been done, right? Some tasks have to be done after something else, right? You can't paint the walls until after the drywall has been hung. That still gets you the 5 days right there, but then you definitely can't, someone might argue you can't install doors and moldings until after that stuff. So that gets you 6 days, it's longer. But how long is it really going to take? That's the question. So in order to determine how long it's going to take, we need to know what the dependencies are. When can I paint a drywall? Well, that depends on having these other tasks done. What tasks need to be done? So we end up with this new table that tells us, right, what are the tasks? Here's a label for the task. What are the tasks that we need to do? And what tasks have to happen before? So we need a floor installation. Nothing has to happen before that. You got to start with the floor. After you got the floor taken care of at your subfloor, you go ahead and install your plumbing through the floor, through the walls, whatever needs to happen there. And you can do the electrical work at the same time. But you have to do the plumbing and the electrical work before you can do the drywall. Let's see here. And then this is, right, these dependencies maybe don't make the most sense. Like, why does varnishing doors and moldings depend on the electrical work? Well, maybe sometimes you have ducts that have to go up, across the house towards the ceiling. So you want to put some moldings around those ducts or something. Anyway, who knows? But we have these dependencies. So we say to ourselves, all right, with this list of dependencies, this is going to help us establish how exactly how long it's going to take to complete the entire list of tasks, because of course it's not just the 5 days, and it's we can certainly do it shorter than one thing right after it. So how do we make this happen? What do we do to figure out this time that it's going to take? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to draw some pretty pictures. So in our next video, we'll go ahead and create that picture and discuss how that picture is going to help us answer this question of how long does it take to complete a project. So I'll see you guys back in the workshop very shortly.